Yes, that is our own traditional, should I say UFC? It's called Dambe, and we just had the Dambe Season 3 final here at the Velodrome at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium just 2 weekends ago. It happened there in Abuja. So it's beginning to gain, that sport is beginning to gain momentum and popularity in Nigeria and on the continent of Africa and in the world. Yes, Dambe is now becoming a household name sport. Well, maybe very soon we might just, at least definitely with this kind of progress, Dambe might just be enlisted in the Commonwealth Games and probably find its way to the biggest one, the mother of all events, that is the Olympics. But it's a good one that our own traditional sports is gaining this attention and popularity. On that note, I welcome you to the program this evening, Sports Updates on Trust TV. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. Yes, we will be leaving Dambe, that particular sport. It's enjoyable though, you just have to be ready for it. And talk tennis this time around. Yes, it's a good news for us. After the Davis Cup earlier this year, Nigeria did so well in Davis Cup. We qualified for World Group 2 playoffs, and because of us doing so well at the Davis Cup here in Abuja at the tennis court at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Nigerian has moved up 10 places. We were ranked 92nd country in the ITF, that is International Tennis Federation rankings. Among the federation, we were ranked 92, but now 10 places up, we are now ranked 82nd in the International Tennis Federation rankings, and with that, we are now among the top 10 nations on the continent of Africa. During the Davis Cup, we beat countries like Cote d'Ivoire, Benin Republic, Togo, Ghana, top countries, Zimbabwe in the Davis Cup, and because of our achievement, we are now among the top 10 federations when it comes to tennis on the continent of Africa. When we're talking about tennis, not table tennis, most of us, while we were growing up, we knew it as lawn tennis, but it's no longer called lawn tennis. It's not just called tennis. The lawn is out of it, but the sport is lawn tennis. And we did so well during the Davis Cup tournament here at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium. We have been ranked now 82nd in the International Tennis Federation rankings, and we were formerly, before the Davis Cup competition here in Abuja, we were ranked 92nd, but because of our performance and good outing, the likes of Igbenovia and Co did so well for us at this event, and that has given us at least that 10 places movement on the rankings to become 82nd in the International Tennis Federation rankings, and we are now ranked among the top 10 on the continent of Africa. Congratulations to the Nigerian Tennis Federation and everybody that has put their hands on deck to see that we achieved this success, and we did so well during the Davis Cup tournament here in Abuja. So kudos to everyone, and also for us who is reporting about it, kudos to us for bringing this particular story to limelight. All right, we will leave tennis and talk the round leader game. Like I said, yesterday there were actions in the Nigerian Premier Football League. It was a rescheduled game, 2 games, and the big guns were in action. One game was played in Lagos, and the other game was played at the Aba Township Stadium in Abia State. That is the People's Elephant. Enyimba International beating Lobby Stars 2-1 at their home ground, and for Enugu Rangers, they went away to beat Ikorodu City 1-0 in that game at the Onikan Stadium in Lagos. And after that game, Fidelis Ilechukwu, the technical advisor for Enugu Rangers, is on cloud 9, and he's happy that yes, despite the continental setback, they were able to get all the maximum 3 points at the Onikan Stadium in Lagos against Lobby Stars, against Ikorodu City, the first community team we will be having in the Nigerian Premier Football League. It is not owned by a body, by a board member or someone or what have you, is owned by Ikorodu community. Ikorodu community is a place in Lagos, so it's owned by that community. They form that team and they see to the affairs of the team. So the first community-based team who will be having in the Nigerian Premier Football League, it was like a homecoming for Fidelis Ilechukwu, who says he is thrilled to beat Ikorodu City despite the continental setback. For Fidelis Ilechukwu, we know he's one man who is tactically sound. He's got the technical know-how, the technical ability. We actually looked at that team this on the morning show, that is 360 Sports in the morning, and we looked at Enugu Rangers not scoring goals as compared to what we saw with them last season. And as it stands, 1-1 goal since the beginning of the season. The goals have not really have not been coming in, and because of that, they lost during the CAF Champions League second round playoff against Salgada Esperanca of Angola. It ended 3-1. They continued scoring 1-1 goal until they were knocked out of the CAF Champions League. But the man is happy that they were able to get all the 3 points despite the red card they suffered in that particular game against Ikorodu City of Lagos. Ilechukwu treat to beat Ikorodu City despite the continental setback. Yes, let's leave the NPFL. Let's go to the cadet team, or the national cadet team. This time around, we look at the Flying Eagles. Just some hours ago, the draws was conducted, and yes, we now know those who will be playing in the WAFU B under 20 AFCON Nations Cup qualifier. We have to qualify. We also looked at this in the morning show. We just have to qualify from the WAFU B tournament to represent the region at the AFCON that will be hosted by South Africa. But just some hours ago, before coming into the studio, this draws was conducted, and now we have the two groups. In Group A, we have the host Togo, we have Ghana, we have Niger, and we have Benin Republic. While in Group B, we have Nigeria, Burkina Faso, and Cote d'Ivoire. So Nigeria will have their hands full against Burkina Faso and Cote d'Ivoire in Group B. You know that we have Aliou Zoubeirou. That's I beg your pardon. That is Academy Warriors coach, would be on the dugouts for the national under 20 team. So let's see what he can do. We actually looked at that team. We talked about it this morning, where you have more than 100 players coming for scouting. We just need to get it right. This competition kickstarts by next month, and we don't even have a team yet, but the draws have been made. So we just need to the whole fire brigade approach. We need to just at least make sure we bring it to the barest minimum, or definitely stamp it out from our football, so that we can avoid fire brigade approach. You're having a tournament by next month, and the coach is just being appointed some weeks ago. But let's see what Coach Aliou Zoubeirou will do. Maybe, just maybe, he can get it right for us with the under 20, but we have to win the AFCON ticket. And the man himself, Coach Aliou Zoubeirou, was talking tough. Immediately he got that job, that yes, the AFCON ticket is not negotiable. Well, he's the coach, I'm not the coach. He has the experience, he knows what to do, he knows the right players, he's going to get there. So the full draw, we've seen Nigeria against Burkina Faso and Cote d'Ivoire. In the other group, we have Togo host and other teams in Group A. So it's two groups, Group A and Group B. In Group B, we have 3 teams. In the other group, we have 4 teams. So one team will be on the bye, and then the top teams will progress to the semi-final and probably to the final. So good one, and congratulations to the other 20, at least for knowing those who they will be playing against. Now let's leave the region and leave Nigeria. This time around, we'll look at this special team. They are special team and in a special sport. Yes, we have, this is the maiden edition of the Women's Amputee World Cup. We know the men has theirs, the Amputees World Cup. We have the Amputees Super Eagle. This time around, we're having the Amputees Super Falcons, and the draws was made. Nigeria, that is Nigerian Special Super Falcons in a tough group. Let's have the group on the screen. Let's look at that group where Nigeria will be playing. It is the Apprentice Women's World Cup. Probably the Nigerian women will be having their hand full. It is the maiden edition, and the competition will be coming up in Colombia. So the game from 4th to 10th November in Colombia, that game will be up and running for the Super Falcons. They find themselves in a very tough group. All right, we have Group A, Colombia, who is the host. We have Brazil, we have Poland, and we have Cameroon. And then in Group B, we have Peru, we have Haiti, we have England, and we have Kenya. And then in Group C, we have Ecuador, USA, Ukraine, and Nigeria. So it's going to be a tough one against two South American powerhouse, Ecuador and USA. Okay, one South American and the other one from the one Caribbean country, Ecuador, and then you'll be playing USA at the other side, and then one European team, that is Ukraine. So Nigeria will be battling these three teams in Group C. We have three African countries representing the continent at this Women's World Cup amputee football. It is for the women. We know that the men, our own amputee Super Eagles, also participated at the amputee AFCON, where they got to the semi-final, and probably they will be representing the continent in the men's World Cup. But it is the women's this time around, the maiden edition, the first of its kind for the men. They say what the men can do, the women probably wants to do it better. So let's see what our own special Super Falcons team will do at this particular event. We just have 2 months away from now, and that competition will be up and running from the 4th to 10th of November 2024 in Colombia. All right, let's leave the amputee team. We wish them well. Let them go out there and represent the country, represent the continent, and come back with a sound victory. Let's go straight to Europe. It is the continuation of the second-tier European club competition games. Last night we had games, and Nigeria's our own Super Eagles players did so well for their respective clubs. So we'll be having some games coming up this evening. Some games as we speak are about to start, while some are already will kick off later on tonight. It is the UEFA Europa League stage fixture. We have games coming up. We have Fenerbahce of Turkey against Union St. Gilos of Belgium. Then Malmö FF against Rangers. We have Ajax Besiktas. Okay, we have one game already. One game is on. Eintracht Frankfurt against Victoria Plzen. We have FCSB against Rigas FS. We have Olympic Lyonnais against Olympiakos Piraeus, that is from Greece. We have Roma. I think the two of them are Olympic Lyonnais against Olympiakos Piraeus. They have the same name. Roma against Athletic Club. We have Sporting Braga against Maccabi Tel Aviv, and Tottenham Hotspur is up against Qarabağ at White Hart Lane. So these are the games that will be coming up tonight. But one game already is ongoing, the game of Fenerbahce against Union St. Gilos. So we'll be monitoring that game before the end of the show, and probably that game is already in 3 minutes already into that game, and probably maybe we might just have an early go in that particular fixtures. But the game between Rangers and Malmö, we will be looking forward to see Cyril Dessers, and Super Eagles striker in that game for Rangers, who's on loan. The guy has been doing so well for Rangers ever since joining Rangers on loan. So let's see if he's going to continue his scoring spree against tonight against Malmö FF. So for Cyril Dessers, is Super Eagles striker. We had Victor Osimhen doing well for Galatasaray, having an assist. We have Dele Bashiru scoring and having an assist for Lazio in yesterday's game. And also we look at the women's side in Galatasaray. We have Tosi Demehin doing so well for Galatasaray in the Women's Champions League. At least playing that game, they won 2-1 and they progressed to the next round. But for the Europa League tonight, all eyes will be on Super Eagles striker Cyril Dessers for Rangers of Scotland, not Rangers International of Enugu, but Rangers of Scotland this time around. So those are the fixtures that will be up and running tonight in the Europa League. It is the second tier competition of UEFA club games. We have the Europa League, we have the Conference League, but it is Europa League tonight, and then we know we had the Champions League last week, so it's going to be an interesting one. They will be playing it in league phase. The teams that amass the highest number of points progress into the next round. Let's have that fixture on the screen one more time before we look at other fixtures that will be coming up tonight in the league, and then some cup games in Europe. Okay, let's while we wait for that, okay, we have Fenerbahce, like I said, is up and running. That game is ongoing. Malmö FF, Rangers, Ajax, Besiktas of Turkey, Eintracht Frankfurt of Germany against Victoria Pleasant, FCSB against Rigas FS, Olympic Lyonnais against Olympiacos. We have Roma battling Athletic Club, Sporting Braga, Maccabi Tel Aviv of Israel, and Tottenham Hotspur against Qarabag. Those are the games that will be coming up tonight. All right, let's leave that the Europa League and quickly go straight to La Liga. Fixtures continuing in La Liga. We had some games last night and tonight. Some games will continue in La Liga. We have fixtures coming up in La Liga tonight. Let's quickly look at those fixtures that will be coming up tonight in La Liga. We have Espanyol against Villarreal. We have Las Palmas against Real Betis. We have Celta Vigo against Atletico Madrid. All right, for the Coppa Italia, quickly because we are out of time, we also have a cup game in Italy, the Coppa Italia second round fixture. Let's have it on the screen if we can have it, and before we go out of the show. Monza against Brescia, and Napoli will be at home at the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium against Palermo. And for the UEFA Women's Champions League second round fixtures, quickly, we have PSG against Juventus. PSG is leading. Juventus is leading the first leg 3-1 on aggregate. Civetti against Roma. ZNK Mura against St. Paul. And 20 FC20 will take on Osijek. We have Manchester City playing Paris FC. That is our own Chamaka Nadozie team. Real Madrid will play Sporting CP of Portugal 2-1 on aggregate. They are leading. Celtic against Voskla Poltava. Arsenal will play Haken Women. All right, I don't know if we can take one transfer before we go. Juventus want to extend striker Dusan Vlahovic contract. Let's see if definitely Juventus is going to extend this man's contract, who Arsenal is also chasing. That is where we're going to be leaving it on the program Sports Update this evening. I am Emmanuel Fashimi. Say thanks for watching.